Hello everyone, hope you are doing well. So welcome to the Tech with Soft. So today now we are going to understand difference between try catch and throws keyboard. So as we know that, right, these are the two. Try catch is a block that we have seen, right, in the previous recording, right, and throws also it does use to handle the exceptions, right. So what are the difference both of them that we are going to understand in this particular sessions. Okay. So we have seen, right, if you want to handle the exception, we have like two way, either try catch block or we have like throws keyword, right. Throws does also use to handle the exception and try catch also does help the handle the exception. So what are the difference both of them? Okay, let me give you one example. With the help of that we will understand. Okay, let's say here I'm creating one more method. Let's say like void test, suppose void, or say like print. There is one method like print. Inside this print method, I am writing a one code, suppose like thread dot sleep, suppose, and I'm passing here some values like 1000. So we know that if you want to handle it, right, so that's T will be capital here, thread dot sleep, that will give you interrupted exception, right. So to handle it, we have a two way. See here, if you will click on it, right, it will give you two options to you: add exception the method signature or surround it with the try catch block. If I will keep the second one, then it will keep this under the try catch block. Okay, let's keep it under the try catch. So that time what happened, right, thread dot sleep will be under the try block and catch it is giving me like interrupted exception, right. That is the one way. Second way we have, I can write one more method, say like void, say like print one. Okay, here also I am doing the same, like for example thread dot sleep. Okay, it could be any things, and I'm passing suppose 1000, and here I will keep like surrounded throws keyword. So whenever we will use throws keyword, right, throws keyword will be add with the method signature. You can see here I am writing here print one, and here I am writing throws and interrupted exception. And when you will write try catch block, right, that time you don't have to keep throws here. So print one is having a throws keyword, and throws we have like interrupted exception. And here we can understand like thread dot sleep we have keep it here, right. Same like we have print statement, and here we are writing thread dot sleep and we are passing some time here, right. So let's understand, if you'll call this both, right, both of the method, right, then we have a difference. Let's say I'm calling the print method, right. So we can call them directly because it is in the same class. So I think I have to make it create the object here. So let me create object of the test class, test equal to new test. Okay, and what I will do here, I will write it t.print. T.print. So when you will call t.print, right, it will directly call the print method, right. In the print method, so this time that exception handling we are doing under the other method, not like under the main method, right. So here we are writing the print, and print we are calling from the main only, right. So t.print what happened, right, it will come to the print method and it will see, okay, it is a checked exception, fine, it will allow to compile it, no problem, because it is a checked exception. If I will write here print one, then it will start crying, it will say error on it, unhandled exception. So what is happening here, please understand, here I am talking about the try catch and throws difference. So when do we handle the exception by the try catch block? If I will call that in a main method, right, like for example understand the print, that time it will work directly, it will directly come to the print method, and here exception handling is there and it will work as usual, no problem. But if you will call the print one method here, right, it will say that print one method is handling the exception by the throws keyword, So if you will call that at the main method, right, that also you have to handle it. Either you have to keep this under the try catch block, or you have to keep the throws keyword with the main method. So see what does it say. If I will get the suggestion, right, what does it say here? Like here, it will give me either you can use throws keyword or you can surround with the try catch block. When I will keep it under the try catch block, there is no problem. So that is a difference. Please understand that is the interview questions actually. What is the difference between try catch? When can we use try catch and throws keyword, right? So throws keyword we can use if we are, throws keyword if we are using the throws keyword, right? That means that the place where we are calling the method, right? The place where we are calling the method, that method itself has to handle this particular method. Otherwise, it will be again compile time error. Again, it will be compile time error, right? And if you will go with the try catch block, that time the place where we are calling the method, that time it's not required to handle it. It's not required to handle it. So at the calling place, we have to handle if it is throwing the if it is using the throws keyword. If it is using the try catch keyword, right, at the time of calling we don't have to handle it. So print one we have to handle it, but print we don't have to handle it. Print we can call directly. Print we can call directly, like see here, t.print, t.print, right? So that is the difference between try catch and throws keyword. Both are used to handle the exception, right? So there is a signature difference first. Throws does come with the method signature, right? And that if it is normally throwing the exception, right, thread.sleep, that time at the time of calling place we have to handle it either try catch block or I can go with the throws keyword. Both will be fine for me, no problem. Okay, both is fine for the JVM, right? So this is the difference between try catch and throws keyword. There is some story behind it. Okay, I am not going to explain that now, otherwise you will confuse. Okay, there's one story behind it why this throws we have to handle, because throws directly, let's open this keyword throws. Okay, it does throw the exception directly to the JVM, and then JVM does ask you or ask that please handle this particular lines actually. Otherwise, it will again give me compile time error. Okay, so remember that you have to understand if you are handling the exception by the try catch block, right? That means if you are calling this method into a, that's the interview questions actually. It is interview question. What are the difference between try catch and throws keyword? So when you will use the throws keyword, right, that time the calling place we have to handle it. The place of the calling we have to handle it. But if you'll go with the try catch block, right, that time at the time of calling it will not be required to handle it. It will directly work on it. Okay, so that is an example here. It will work fine. Difference between throws and try catch block. Okay, now let's understand that one more thing, one more scenario. Let me give a name is like test 1. Okay, and here I'm keeping like main method. Now we are going to understand what is the difference between throw and throws. That is also an interview question. Difference between throw and throws. Okay, what is the difference between throw and throws? So throw does used to, as I told you, right, raise the exception. It is create the exception, raise the exception, and it does handle the exception, right? Let me keep it this here. Throw is used to raise the exception, whereas throws is used to handle the exception. Okay, so throw does used to raise the exception and throws is used to handle the exception. How does it work? Let's say throws scenario we have already seen, right? Let's talk about throws now. Okay, throws now. So let me write here one line like int of suppose a equal to 10 and like b equal to say like 0. Okay, like that. Int equal to 10 and int of b equal to 0. Now here I am writing one if conditional statement. What if conditional statement? If b double equal to 0. If b double equal to 0, then we have to throw the exception, because if b double equal to 0, that time it will give me null pointer exception. Sorry, infinity answer, right? So here I will write throw new arithmetic exception. Throw new arithmetic exception, and here I will write like divide by 0, or like b is having a 0. B is having a 0. b is having a 0 value. Okay, I will explain. Okay, let me complete this code, and here I can simply display a result, and I can calculate here like int of c equal to a divided by b, right? And here I can simply display the result, system.out.println, and I can display the c. So see here what happened. Here I am writing int a equal to 10, b equal to 0. Let's say if I don't have this line, then what happened? Here it will come int c equal to a divided by b. A is what? A is a 10, b is what? B is a 0. 10 divided by 0. 10 divided by 0 will be what? Infinity. So when do we have infinity something, right? It will give me one exception, which is called divide by 0. That is the exception, right? So if I will run this code, see what will happen. It will give me one message. Did I save it? It is running exception handling. Okay, I think we have to run the test one only, right? So let me run this test. Actually, it is running different program. So here I can see it is giving me divide by 0. So divide by 0 is nothing like an arithmetic exception. So when we are directly write c equal to a divided by, right, it will give me arithmetic exception and divide by 0. So we have to avoid it actually. It is an unchecked exception. Arithmetic exception is an unchecked exception where handling is not required. We do not actually handle this unchecked exception scenarios normally. Some of the scenario we do it, but normally we do not do it, right? So we have to avoid this scenario. That means here a and b suppose will come from the user. That time we have to check the value of b only, because b is going to under the denominator. Denominator means which is coming in the divide, right, below the divide. So here we a could be any values, but b should not be 0. B could be any other value other than the 0. So if I will keep the 0 under the b, then it will be a problem. So we have to avoid it. How can we avoid it? So that can be avoided with the help of this line only. Now what it is saying? It is saying b double equal to 0. If b double equal to 0, then you have to just give this message to the user and terminate the code at this line itself. So this int c equal to a by b and system.out.println will not be executed if this condition will be true. So here we have if condition. If b double equal to 0, that means condition will be true. Then it will directly raise the exception. If exception will raise, then what happen, right? The remaining line will not be executed. So that's why throw is used to raise the exception. If you raise the exception, right, that means the program will terminate immediately. Throws is used to raise the exception, right, and the program will and the place where we do call yeah, throw keyword, right? Then what happen, right? Throw keyword, the program will terminate at the same line. So sometime we can say like if you want to forcefully terminate the code, then we can use throw keyword. So if any of the places where you are thinking, okay, that place I want to forcefully terminate the code, so I can directly use throw keyword and I will directly write new arithmetic exception. That time what happened, right? That code will not be remaining code will not be executed, because because if it is b equal to 0, right, this code doesn't have any sense. If b equal to 0, that time this code doesn't have any sense, right? There is no meaning of it. Why? Because a divided by 0 will be infinity, and infinity cannot store any other variable. So it will directly give me arithmetic exception. So any scenario where you are thinking, okay, at this particular moment, this code will give this code. I mean, at this particular moment, I will get some kind of exception. So there we can write the condition and we can directly use throw with some exception name. Right? So that's the difference between throw and throws. So throws scenario we have understand with the previous scenario, right? So here you can see, right, throws, and one more thing we have, like throws normally we do use in case of checked exception. Maximum scenario we do use throws in a checked exception, and throw we do use in case of unchecked exception. That is also one of the difference between them, right? Throws does use to handle the throws does use, it is used for handle the exception, right? And it does use to raise the exception. One difference. Second difference, this is used, throws is used to in case of checked exception, right? In checked exception scenario, where throw does use in case of unchecked exception scenario, right? So that is the one difference, throws and throw like that only, right? So if you'll go with that way, it will be easy to understand and you can answer of your interviewer as well, right? That's about throw and throws. Clear it? Hope you understand that. If you have any doubt, please give me on the comment. Thank you so much. Take care. Bye bye.